Hello, this is Kurt Wakefield, and I'm going to use a screencast to present today. One of the reasons why I'm doing that is wanted to show you a couple of things that I was doing and how it worked. I did something I'll call faculty collaboration, and I thought it would be important to talk about the context of what I did my faculty collaboration in, the use, the results, and then the feedback. And I'll take you around to a couple of different places on my screen here. First of all, context. This might take a second, just is important for me to explain this so you can understand what I was doing. I'm different from most students and I guess most teachers because I am a religious educator. I live in St. George, Utah, and as many may or may not know, there's a lot of Mormons, I guess is what we're called in Utah, and I teach religion for the Mormon Church, or the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. It is, I think I talked about this in my introduction, so sorry if it's redundant, but I teach 6 classes. I have about 180 students, and each year we teach a different book of scripture. The first year we teach Old Testament, the next year New Testament, then the 2 book of scriptures from our church, which is the Book of Mormon, and then a book called the Doctrine and Covenants. And so I teach, so each year, starting in 9th grade, students have a chance to do something called release time, where they actually take a period during the school year or school day, maybe it'd be like second period, where they are released from the school and they come to the seminary building to go to class, and then they go back to third period after they're done. The seminary building is usually located on the high school campus, fairly close, so that they can just walk there. So that's the context of what we're doing. And I work at a school where I'm actually the only, well, I teach with one other teacher. He only teaches one period. But I work with an in-service group is what we call it, and it's a local group of teachers. There's 7 of us, and we all teach the same book of the same year, and we're usually teaching about the same time or the same chapters from one another. So as I was looking at what to do for this project, one of my fellow teachers was emailing things about things that were working well in their classroom, and I've been thinking a lot about the need for a collaboration where we don't redo what other teachers have already done. And so I thought it would be good to set up something. So first part of the research, I guess, was to see what medium or what online technology I could use to collaborate, and look at many different things. But in the end, as I talked to the teachers in one of our meetings, we meet every Monday for about an hour. We talked about how most of them were familiar with Google Drive, so we thought that we would start with Google Drive. So as you can see here, I set up Google Drive with some different folders. We have M1 through 16. We teach a lesson on education. I have Mosiah 1 through 17 and Mosiah 18 through 29. And so I just told my fellow colleagues that I was going to set this up. I'd send them all an invitation, and here's kind of what happened. In Mosiah 18:29, we have looks like 3 PowerPoints there. We have a PDF doc, a Word doc, and then some other just Google Drive documents that are part of it, and some different users here. Going back, let's see, we also had in there, had kind of the similar thing. Oh, it looks like it is the exact same thing, sorry about that. Mosiah 1 through 17 had a little bit more there of participation, a little bit more people. There were about 6 teachers that volunteered to do this. I didn't make it mandatory. There was one teacher who just kind of was overwhelmed. I guess you could say he's a little older and just didn't even participate in this, which was fine for this. I wanted to make sure I kind of had it figured out how I wanted to do it before I had everybody jump on board. But there was only one teacher that said they didn't want to participate. Some of the uses, maybe I'll go to one specific, but some of the uses there made it fairly easy to use and navigate for those who use Google Drive. There was one faculty member, as I talked to them, who said it took them a while to figure it out. Actually 2 that took them a while to figure it out. One, in fact, asked me for help during the time to figure out he could use it, but he really wanted to use it. That was the good thing. Overall, it was fairly successful, but it wasn't perfect by any means. I'm just going to give you, I did a survey, just an open survey to see how the teachers reacted. I just took one sample one and thought I would share that with you there. So going back to the screen here, here's some of the questions that I asked. I said, how often would you say you used ideas found on Google Drive? This particular teacher said they used it once or twice. I found some who said none. Even though they contributed, they didn't look at it. I found this probably about once or twice a week, so it wasn't the primary resource. The next question I asked was, do you think that using Google Docs to collaborate was effective? The teacher said yes. It brought a variety of teaching ideas into one online location. Let's read it there. What made these things difficult to use? He didn't have any difficulties, but like I said, there was about 2 or 3 teachers that did have a difficulty. They worked through it and were able to participate. Should we continue using Google Drive? He was kind of frank, as he says, frankly, I didn't use it very much. I view it as a secondary resource. Of course, we have manuals, we have other sources, and so he said he doesn't use it very often, or wouldn't use it very often, but he said it was helpful that way. And I wasn't looking for it to be a main resource, but just something that we could use together. I mean, if I create a PowerPoint to make it so somebody else didn't have to create the same PowerPoint, or I had some sort of a quiz, or I found a great quote or recording, I could put it up there for all the teachers to use, and it would save us time in the end. That was one thing many people talked about. Many teachers talked about time with everything they have going, with lessons preps that they have to get ready each day. It was hard for them to go to and look at this resource. I think in the end, if we could use it effectively, it could save time. What change should we make that we could more effectively use Google Drive in the future? He thought it was fine. Another teacher, or 2 other teachers, talked about a notification, something in their email if they had something that came up that said, somebody has shared something on Google Drive, or a reminder to share. Sometimes we get so busy, we do our lesson and then we don't take time to share what we have on there. So a reminder to share and a reminder that things have been put on the Google Drive would be very helpful. And then, and that was also under the suggestions for many of the teachers to make it more interactive. I didn't have overwhelming result of like, yes, let's do it. This is awesome. It was more like, yeah, it works just pretty good. But I thought it was good to see how the technology could bring a faculty together and talk about different ideas. I'm sure there's many more applications out there with many different contexts, but anytime I think we can use technology to save time and share, I think that would bring great results. So those are some of the things that I found that were effective as far as this experience. So the feedback was good. The results, like I said, were a little bit mixed, but for me it was a good experiment, and it was very applicable. I really enjoyed trying to get to know how to best use technology, seeing that one teacher who didn't even want to mess with technology because he knew it was too much for him, and then the varying degrees of those who struggled with it but yet worked through to do it. So it was a good experience for me because it taught me how I could do better in my job, and it also helped me to understand technology and how teachers can react to new things out there. Fortunately, like I said, Google Drive is not a new thing. Many people already used it, and I think that helped the change process. I think if I would have started with something that was totally new, I don't think I would have had the results that I had. So thank you for watching. Please email me any questions, and thanks for listening. So in conclusion, some things that I wanted to carry over if I did the study again, and then I probably actually will continue doing this with my faculty, but I will be putting reminders on them and allowing them to be able to collaborate more, get in kind of the habit of doing that, of posting as well as looking at the resources. But if they can get that email reminder, I think that would help overall. And then those who want to use it can, and those who don't have to use it quite as much. But they'll know that the resource is there. And maybe not just a reminder, but a specific reminder, not like someone just posted, but so-and-so posted about this chapter or added a PowerPoint. So I'm not sure if the technology is there to do that specific of a reminder or notification, but that's what I'll work towards. So thank you so much.